What's up, everybody? Welcome back to I Want Entertainment. We are here with another confessional level 6 and 7 for Garrett. He is in right now. It looks like the top 9, unless something crazy happens. Because like the way this
Oh,
level is,
right.
yeah, the way
Yeah.
this level is situated, you're in single digits. So Garrett actually prompts us to do this confessional. He said he has a lot on his mind. He's hyped. So I'm gonna let him
Dude,
take the floor, and I'm sure I'll have questions.
bro, I called it, dude. I'm fucking, dude, I'm too clean at this game. Come on now. Oh my God. So
All right.
two
So what
things.
did you call? Okay. Yeah. No, you
So
got two
the
things.
first one is I called that Romeo is at the point where he's pretty much connected with everyone. So his noms have to go perfectly. I called that because somebody tipped me off that he's connected with everybody, and he had multiple people thinking that they were his number one. So nailed that fucking prediction. And then on top of that, I am slowly building, and I believe if it's possible, all I need is Sean out of the game. I have the Juliets Alliance in effect, and I think it might actually work if I can get it set up. So, bro, come on now. Like I called it and I called the plan. Let's go.
Not
Let's
the
go.
Juliet's coming to fruition. So you've been doing work. Okay? We're finding out the information you needed to find out in order to see if this was even plausible. Because
Correct.
it
Yeah.
was in this first like assumption slash gut instinct slash like perception, right? And so you needed to go maneuver, talk to people to see if that perception was in the ballpark. Um,
Yeah. And the thing is, it was unprompted. I have never prompted the Romeo conversation. It's been brought up to me. And I will say every time I say it, I said the only thing I've noticed is that no one talks about Romeo. I've never talked about Romeo in a game talk ever. And then people bring up the fact that he's connected with everyone and has multiple alliances. And they bring up, what are your thoughts on Romeo? I have never brought up Romeo. It came up naturally. So that's the
okay,
other good
so
thing.
who's this coming up naturally in conversation with? Like who's enlightened you into what you kind of already assumed? Like who gave you that confirmation?
The two people that I actually was thinking about doing the Juliets Alliance with. It's perfect. So it's the first person that brought it up. Well, to be fair, Tasha tipped it off when she said that she thought that Romeo was her number one, and then clearly isn't. And then I had my conversation with Jackie, and Jackie said that apparently Romeo's connected with everyone here. And I said, well, that makes him really dangerous. But what if we pick people that, are all over the place? And as long as we agree that he's dangerous, then down the road, we at least have some numbers to take him out. And so Jackie was interested in that. And then I threw out Hannah because Hannah is such a down the road player like me in terms of like she doesn't really blow up many people's games at all, really, unless like, she needs to. And so I brought it up to her. The only thing that's going to be rough is I really don't have a full read on Hannah. And so if she's playing me, then this will just blow up in my face. But the one thing is, I didn't really say that I was going to like vote out Romeo at all at this point or vote anyone out. I just threw out the idea. So hopefully Hannah's interested in it, and she will only be interested in it if Sean's out of the game. So that question mark is just off the table. So that's my number one goal now is to somehow get Sean out, even though I like Sean. I don't think Sean's coming for me, and he just saved me. I need to get him out because I am all in on this Juliet's play because it's so ridiculous. And I'm just so excited that I got the read. And so I just want to go with it. And hopefully I can get this going.
Who is it exactly again? You
So Jackie and Hannah, and then me. That's the three I want to get to the
three
end. If I can
Juliets,
do
and
that,
these are
that's
the
the
three
goal.
people who are aligned with Romeo, like individually, like
They have,
Romeo's
yeah, they're not
Juliets,
in a group
essentially.
chat. I don't believe they're in any group chat together, which is the number one stipulation. Although Jackie has like no apparent working relationship with Romeo, so that's the one thing that doesn't really connect to the Juliets. And I will say that the odds of this alliance being called the Juliets is pretty low. However,
It's
you
just
and I
the
know it's the
confessional name of it.
Juliets.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's no way I can get them to agree on that. But we know it's the Juliets, and you better believe if I get to the end, I'm gonna break down my Juliets prediction. But yeah, so it's not full Juliets, but it's still a good enough plan, and it's all based off of three people from very different games coming together because we all agree that we can keep a secret and keep each other's backs. So that's the goal, and hopefully that they see the value in that. Hopefully Jackie doesn't blow it up to Sean. Hopefully Hannah doesn't blow it up to people she trusts more. We shall see, but that's the goal.
Okay, so we are in our second stint in survival, and Tasha, Hannah, and Papa are the glitches. So, in order to best like situate Garrett to have his dream scenarios play out for the rest of Paradise, what what has to happen? Who like obviously you don't hand it a go because then the Juliets is kind of
Right.
non-existent
No,
and it can't
Hannah's,
happen.
yeah, Hannah's for
So
sure
I'm
good.
so then that means Tasha or Papa leave. What is the best scenario for Garrett and why?
I believe Tasha going would definitely be the best scenario. I have to double check with Hannah to see if that's like a breach of trust for her, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe it's too early for me to take her out, but if I took her out now, the chances of Hannah leaking it to Tasha down the road are zero because she's gone. So I would say Tasha gone is the number one goal if possible.
All right, trust meter. Who is your number one? Not that it's a mutual open thing. Whose trust do you like? I guess is highest on the trust scale if you needed to rely on somebody at this moment.
I don't genuinely I don't feel like anyone's got my back except for Sharonica. Sharonica's the only one, but the problem is everyone knows that. So the trust level is in Sharonica. The problem is Sharonica plays a really good game, and Sharonica is it's well aware that we're close enough. And so I don't think I don't think I can get to the end with Sharonica, nor do I really want to. So yeah, I trust her the most, but do not expect her for the end game.
All right. And one last question for me, just sort of one more a random one. Concerned about types now that we are in single digits.
Am I concerned about the types?
Yeah.
I have put zero thought into the types. I have for some reason been given the full list of types by Billy. And apparently he is not giving that to everybody, but maybe he has, whatever the case. Um, so at this point, I mean, I can't really think too much about it. I guess I'll look at the types of Hannah and Jackie to see if I really shot myself in the foot. But honestly, the game's always going to be the game, and the types will come into play at certain points, and that's just like another twist in general. But the bottom line is, you got to play the same type of game no matter what. I would play the same way if there was zero twists in the game. You know, you can't change how to play because of a twist. You just got to hope it doesn't land on you. And so, yeah.
Good perspective. Now you mentioned Billy. I did look at your chat earlier when I was scrolling through my notifications and stuff. And he came at you really like grateful because you picked him, right? Yeah. So he was like,
Yeah.
oh, super appreciative. He like, so where do you stand with Billy? Do you think you curried favor? Do you trust him? Do you think he's gonna
Oh, no, I
be
don't.
like a pivotal player at all?
I'm well aware of the game that Billy plays. He is very textbook kind of player. He's very almost game body, I would say. He like it very much, you can tell exactly. I could tell you, or I could predict the next like 5 text messages that I would get from him because he plays a very specific type of game. It's very usually information trade driven. But the bottom line is that because of how he plays and he trades information and he says he trusts you, he makes zero promises with anybody except for 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 people. And I am not one of those 3 people. And so I am well aware that my trust only goes so far with him. And if I give him a nugget of gold, he will run with it and sell me out if it is best for his game. So the trust is there. I have no problem with him right now. I have built up the trust with him, I feel like, and I will play dumb like I don't know what he's doing. But I absolutely feel like I got him clocked. I know what kind of player he is. And he is somebody that has no problem getting rid of me if it's best for his game. So the trust is never going to be there, I don't think, for pretty much the rest of the game. And that's no fault to him. It's just the hand that he has and where he's at and how he plays. So yeah, no, there's that trust ain't there for that much, honestly.
All right, Garrett, I'm good on questions. Is there anything that you haven't mentioned that you want to get off your chest, throw out
No,
there?
it was mainly the fucking shot in the dark Juliet's
Yeah.
Alliance / Romeo call out, and it got confirmed today, and it's in the works, and hopefully within the week or within a week that it'll finally get finalized. But the problem is the people that I have to work with. I have to find two people that it's right for. I have to find two people that can keep a secret. There's not many people in this game that can keep a secret, and there's few people that can find a play that makes sense for them. So it's really the only play I got, and I just got to hope that it works for them. And quite honestly, if it doesn't work for them, it was going to be a rough road for me throughout this whole thing because eventually my name was going to come up. So it's got to be an all-in play anyways. At this point in the game, we're getting to that point that I need to come up with a play that gets me to the end. I can't just hope for something to come up at Final Four or Final Five. If I get cut at 7 or 8 for taking this shot, I feel better than just coasting like I've been doing and then get cut at Final Four, kind of Final Five, because I knew the rest of them were aligned and I couldn't do anything about it. So
Yeah.
hopefully the shot pays off. If it doesn't, I get cut. It's whatever, and we'll go from there. But if it does, it's an all or nothing, and you have to play this game for the win. There's no other reason. No one cares about third, fourth, fifth, sixth, or seventh. I don't care about an average. I'm not trying to boost my stats. I'm trying to win. So it's an all or nothing play.
I get really excited to see where this continues, and thank you for coming and documenting phase 2.
Bro, if this actually gets played off, I don't know how many goats you have in this game, but you better believe I'm one of them. If this actually gets going, like it would be
We
insane.
are actually we have like a Gamers Paradise power rankings. We also like Ashar power rankings, but like this is gamers. So we have Gamers Paradise power rankings. We only have one season, so it's like 60 people. But everybody who's been booted, we've been fitting them into the power rankings of where they lie. So like if you pull this off, expect yourself towards the top.
Yeah, if it happens, it's a shot in the dark, like I said, all or nothing. But it'll pay off big if it does work. So fingers crossed.
All right, Garrett. So you are all good for your confessional for this level. Stay tuned for corruptor results as soon as we get them.